Yours.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Heriberto. Very honored to have been invited to this side event and to be here. So I have a few slides. Maybe you can go to the first one, the next one. Yes, this one. Yeah, it's changing. Okay. So worldwide, we find vestiges of structures developed by past civilization and culture to meet their water needs. Next one, please. In arid and semi-arid areas and in regions also historically affected by adverse events, prolonged droughts, floods, like the Mediterranean region, North Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, India, China, the Andean Cordillera. There we can find vestiges of groundwater use and management. So we can divide, next slide speed, we can divide those vestiges in three big types of structures. The first one are the structures used to store water by implementing systems which facilitates groundwater recharge. The second type are structures used to retain water by improving infiltration, drainage, and using the capacity of natural reservoirs like wetlands. And the third ones are structures used to collect water by developing systems for extraction of groundwater. And for example, hand-dug wells or deep hand-dug wells, and like the underground filtration galleries, most known as Canat, Carez, Quetara, Fogara, Socavones. They have different names, Viajes de Agua, they have different names all over the world. Those structures are considered as one of the oldest and biggest achievement of human engineering. So, but today, most of those structures are abandoned, or many of them, to the benefit of pump, well, and drill boreholes. So, and other modern technology. At best, they are preserved and maintained as human heritage for cultural and touristic use. But even if they are preserved, the knowledge behind the realization of those structures is disappearing from memories, if not already disappeared. So it is disappearing, this knowledge is disappearing from the memories of the people, and especially from the memory of the people who most desperately would need this knowledge to survive in harsh environments affected by droughts, floods, etc. Instead, sometimes of waiting hopelessly for external support. And this is, I think, one critical question and challenge for the Water Museum Network. So reviving this knowledge behind the implementation of those structures is part of the solution in some areas, and in some regions. But in many regions, realistically, in many regions where widespread use of pumped boreholes and wells is being made for intensive groundwater use, those structures are not able today to meet the water demands. And why? Let's look, next one. Yes. Let's look at the filtration galleries, which is a system developed between 800 and 600 BC in the ancient, in the ancient Persia, and then spread to other parts of the world and to other cultures. This system is based on passive tapping of groundwater. This means that the natural supply of water in a filtration gallery can never exceed the groundwater recharge. This is the definition of sustainable groundwater use. But today, those structures are abandoned because we need more than what nature can give us. But ancestral and local knowledge is not all about realizing impressive structures. And I would like to speak about Andean culture and Andean communities, which have been pre-Columbian culture and communities have developed ingenious adaptative solution for to balance an irregular supply with affected by droughts and floods with their demand. And as all other cultures around the world, they have an integrated and holistic understanding of the water cycle and even beyond, and that costs us so much today because the water cycle connects the earth and the atmosphere. And for those communities, all the elements, even human beings, constitute a unity. And in order to maintain this unity, you need to maintain dialogue between all these elements. And the central, and in order to maintain this dialogue, the central concept is reciprocity. And reciprocity means that if I want nature to be good at me and to provide me all what I need to be good at nature. If I fail in this duty, all kind of disaster and catastrophe will happen. So they have developed this unique and cultural concept of the obligation of humans to preserve and maintain nature. And this summarizes the cosmovision of the Andean community, and this is maybe one of the most ecological thinking ever developed by any culture today, no? So today we have the same challenges. We have an ever increasing irregular supply of water affected by drought, floods, and we have a very high demand. So we can be inspired by the ingenious adaptive solution developed by those culture, and this is what we receive now. But will we be able to integrate reciprocity to avoid the tragedy of the commons? Thank you.
Thank you.